ट्रंप ने आज कहा, सुनिए, ट्रंप ने आज कहा कि जब हिंदुस्तान पाकिस्तान का युद्ध हो रहा था, मैंने फोन उठाया और नरेंद्र मोदी से कहा कि सुन, ये जो तू कर रहा है इसको 24 घंटे के अंदर बंद कर। और नरेंद्र मोदी ने 24 घंटे में नहीं, 5 घंटे में सारा का सारा रोक दिया। मीडिया नहीं कह भाइयों बहनों, मीडिया नरेंद्र मोदी की है, मीडिया अंबानी की है, मीडिया अदानी की है, मीडिया हमारी नहीं है, तेजस्वी की नहीं है, स्टालिन जी की नहीं है, आदिवासियों की, दलितों की, पिछड़ों की, ईबीसी की नहीं है। मीडिया छोड़िए, कॉर्पोरेट इंडिया देखते हैं, अदानी, अंबानी, टाटा, बिरला। मुझे बताओ, इनमें से ईबीसी कौन है, दलित कौन है, आदिवासी कौन है, पिछड़ा कौन है, नाम बताओ। एक नाम नहीं मिलेगा। जुडिशरी में देखो, आदिवासी नाम, दलित नाम, पिछड़ों का नाम बता दो, एक नहीं मिलेगा। प्राइवेट अस्पतालों की मालिक की लिस्ट निकालो, वहां नहीं मिलेगा। शिक्षा की संस्था, यूनिवर्सिटी, कॉलेजेस, इनकी लिस्ट निकालो, वहां नहीं मिलेगा। आप हो ही नहीं कहीं। 90% हिंदुस्तान में है ही नहीं। इसीलिए ये वोट चोरी कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि ये जानते हैं जिस दिन आपकी आवाज ठीक से सुनाई दे गई, उस दिन हिंदुस्तान बिल्कुल बदल जाएगा। इसलिए दूसरी बात मैंने नरेंद्र मोदी से कही, सामने जाति जनगणना हिंदुस्तान में होगा, दूध का दूध, पानी का पानी होगा।
I want to see that deal end. It's very serious what I have in mind if I have to do it, but I want to see it end. I think that in many ways he's there. Sometimes he'll be there and Zelensky won't be there. You know, it's like, who do we have today? I got to get them both at the same time. But I want to have it end. We have economic sanctions. I'm talking about economic, because we're not going to get into a world war. I'll tell you what, in my opinion, if I didn't win this race, Ukraine could have ended up in a world war. We're not going to end up in a world war anymore, but it would have ended up possibly in a world war. That would have been they were ready to trot. But just like India and Pakistan, we're going to end up in a nuclear war if I didn't stop them. You know, it's sort of strange. I saw they were fighting. Then I saw 7 jets were shot down. I said, that's not good. That's a lot of jets, you know. $150 million planes were shot down. A lot of them. 7, maybe more than that. They didn't even report the real number. And I'm talking to a very terrific man, Modi of India. And I say, what's going on with you in Pakistan? Then I'm talking to Pakistan on trade. I said, what's going on with you in India? And the hatred was tremendous. Now, this has been going on for a hell of a long time, like sometimes with different names for hundreds of years. But I said, what's going on? I said, I don't want to make a trade deal. No, we want to make a trade deal. I said, no, I don't want to make a trade deal with you. You're going to have a nuclear war. You guys are going to end up in a nuclear war. And that was very important to them. I said, call me back tomorrow, but we're not going to do any deals with you, or we're going to put tariffs on you that are so high. You were there, Howard, right? Yep. You're going to put tariffs on you that was so high, I don't give a damn. Your head's going to spin. You're not going to end up in a war. Within about 5 hours, it was done. It was done. Now, maybe it starts again. I don't know. I don't think so, but I'll stop it if it does. We can't let these things happen. The Russia-Ukraine situation, last week, 7,012 soldiers, 7,012 soldiers died. They were Russian, they were Ukrainian, they weren't American, so a lot of people would say, what do you care? They're not American. I care. They're 12,000 over the last couple of weeks, over 12,000 people died in like in 2 weeks. You know, we're talking about crime where somebody's killed here or somebody. Think of it. You have your son leaving Russia, leaving Ukraine, their little house, wherever they live with their parents. They're waving goodbye, just like our parents would wave goodbye. And they're waving goodbye, son. And then a week later, his head's blown off in a stupid war by a drone, a whole new form of military problem. So, no, I'd like it to stop. I want to get it to stop. And it will not be a world war, but it'll be an economic war. And an economic war is going to be bad. And it's going to be bad for Russia, and I don't want that. Now, I have to also see, because not everybody, you know, Zelensky's not exactly innocent either, okay? You know, it takes two people to tango. And I say it all the time. You got to get them together. I get along with Zelensky now, but we have a much different relationship because now we're not paying any money to Ukraine. You know, stop that. We're paying money to ourselves. What's happening is NATO is buying all of the equipment and paying in full. But even with that, forget about that. I want to get it stopped because it's a lot of lives that are being lost. Every week it's 7,000, 5,000, 6,000. I get the reports, and I see battlefields. I'd rather not see them. And you know, you read about Gettysburg. You read about Gettysburg, and you see, you know, those 600,000 people. But in that war in particular was really bad, like 150,000 or something, just dead body. I'm seeing the same. I see pictures. I see satellite pictures of heads over here.